It was a day like any other. The sun was shining and people were starting their daily routines. But on this seemingly ordinary Tuesday, September 11, 2001, the world would change forever. At 8:46 a.m. Eastern Time, the unthinkable happened. American Airlines Flight 11, en route from Boston to Los Angeles, crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York City. The impact between the 93rd and 99th floors sent shockwaves through the city and beyond. Confusion quickly turned to horror as smoke and debris billowed from the gaping hole in the iconic skyscraper. News crews rushed to the scene, broadcasting live images of the unfolding disaster to a stunned global audience. As firefighters and other first responders raced to the scene, a second plane, United Airlines Flight 175, appeared in the sky. At 9:03 a.m., only 17 minutes after the first impact, Flight 175, also traveling from Boston to Los Angeles, slammed into the South Tower of the World Trade Center. This time, the impact occurred between the 77th and 85th floors, igniting an even larger inferno. With both towers engulfed in flames, it became horrifyingly clear that this was no accident. America was under attack. As the world watched in disbelief, a third plane, American Airlines Flight 77, crashed into the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, at 9:37 a.m. The impact, on the west side of the building, caused a massive explosion and fire, collapsing a section of the Pentagon. While the World Trade Center attacks had targeted symbols of American economic power, the attack on the Pentagon, the headquarters of the U.S. military, struck at the heart of the nation's defense. The fourth and final plane involved in the 9/11's attacks was United Airlines Flight 93, departing from Newark, New Jersey bound for San Francisco. At 10:03 a.m., after a delay of over 40 minutes and several strange occurrences reported by passengers and crew, Flight 93 crashed into a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania. The courage of the passengers and crew, who fought back against the hijackers, prevented the plane from reaching its intended target, believed to be either the U.S. Capitol building or the White House in Washington, D.C. In the immediate aftermath of the attacks, the nation was in shock and mourning. The collapse of the Twin Towers resulted in the deaths of 2,753 people, including firefighters, police officers, and civilians from over 90 countries. The attack on the Pentagon claimed the lives of 184 people, and 40 passengers and crew members perished in the crash of Flight 93. President George W. Bush, addressing the nation later that day, declared, "Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America. These acts shatter steel, but they cannot dent the steel of American resolve." The U.S. government launched a war on terror, vowing to hunt down those responsible for the attacks. In the years since 9/11, the world has grappled with the legacy of that tragic day. The attacks led to increased security measures at airports and public places, the creation of the Department of Homeland Security, and the passage of the Patriot Act, sparking debates about privacy and security. The U.S. launched military interventions in Afghanistan and Iraq, aiming to dismantle terrorist networks and prevent future attacks. The National September 11th Memorial and Museum, located at Ground Zero in New York City, stands as a poignant tribute to the victims and the resilience of the human spirit. The memorial features 2 reflecting pools in the footprints of the Twin Towers, inscribed with the names of all those who were lost. The museum tells the story of 9/11s through artifacts, photographs, and first-hand accounts, ensuring that the events of that day are never forgotten.